Hey, today I'm going to show you how you can build a wedding album for free within CloudSpot. So let's get into it. Hey everybody, thanks for checking out this video. If you are a wedding or a portrait photographer, chances are you've been asked to make an album or you make albums already for your clients. Now you know that this can be a time-consuming process and it can be expensive with monthly album designer fees. There's a lot of popular software out there to be able to design albums, and it is not cheap at all. So when I heard that CloudSpot decided to introduce the ability to build an album within its client gallery software, blew my mind. Now I got super excited about this for a few reasons. One being is that it's included in your plan. If you pay for CloudSpot to deliver galleries to your clients, which you should be, and you should not be using Google Drive or Dropbox, that is a terrible photo viewing experience, then this option is already built in and available to you right now for free. The other reason why I was super excited about this is that it allows clients to build their own albums. So that can save you a ton of time while making you more money. Who doesn't want that? Next, knowing CloudSpot and their integrations, it's going to be beautiful, and it's going to be a very easy to use system. Which once I put it into practice, I found that's exactly what it was. It's absolutely a breeze to do, and checking out all the details, they have a super fast turnaround time and very cheap shipping costs. Again, lots of benefits to this whole idea of CloudSpot integrating with White House Custom Color to enable you to build albums within the platform. And today I'm going to show you exactly how to build your first album, how you can show clients how they can build albums, and there's a few things that are on my wish list that we're going to talk about as well. So let's go ahead and get into building an album within CloudSpot. All right, so here we are within CloudSpot, and as you can see, I have a full wedding gallery here, right here. So off to the side, there's two different galleries. One is the full wedding day, which is, just as you'd think that as it implies, it's the entire wedding day's worth of photos. Now, the other thing that I do before I deliver a wedding is that I will go through the entire gallery within Lightroom and pick out 90 or so of my favorite photos and then create a separate folder for that, or gallery here within CloudSpot, which is just wedding day highlights. Now that allows me to do two things. That allows me, one, to have all the photos that I need just for the blog post. If I want to write a blog, it'll let me have all the photos that I need to create a Animoto slideshow. It'll give the couple the ability to look through their entire wedding day with ease and create a mobile app within CloudSpot as well, which CloudSpot does fantastically. So this is something that I think any photographer can do, is make a highlight gallery, and it's just going to make your client's experience so much better with you. Now, the other benefit to this, now that CloudSpot allows us to build our own albums, is that we can essentially, we've already picked out the photos that are the most important of the day to be able to tell that story, right? Oh, wrong button there. I didn't mean to send that. So if I go over here and I look at all of these photos, we have, the beginning, some of the getting ready, right, or the establishing shots, rather. We have some of the getting ready photos. We have the first look. We have the portraits. We have the bridal party. We have him getting ready. We have the ceremony. Like, we have all the elements here to tell the story of a wedding day, which is exactly what you want in an album. So let me show you how to do that, right? So albums, obviously very important. Let's go ahead and get started here. First thing you need to do is actually go to the store. I don't want to lose this page. So I'm going to go, I have another tab right here open for the store. Let's imagine that right now you're not selling any prints or anything. So what you're going to do first is you're going to click on this create catalog button. Let's call it new wedding, wedding print collection. I can't do two things at once. So now you'll see that you have the option to use any of these three different labs, right? There's White House Custom Color, Miller's, and then Impix. If you want to start selling albums, the integration that CloudSpot has is with White House Custom Color, so you have to choose White House Custom Color if you want prints. For fulfillment, Obviously, it's going to be automatically fulfilled. I'm not going to be the one printing the album itself. For lab options, I'm going to choose premium packaging. You can make this your default catalog or not, and then also approve orders before fulfillment. I choose 4 days. Sometimes, camera shoots in a certain aspect ratio, prints can be a different aspect ratio. So you want to make sure that your clients, when they order prints, that they can get a good crop, that you can just fine tune that for them. 4 days is enough for me to go in there, see it, adjust it, and then hit approve without having any issues. So then I'll go ahead and create this. Usually takes a second. Okay, so now this is the new wedding print collection home, right? So we have the ability to sell prints, wall art, and look at that, albums. So now we need to come up with a price for our albums. And this is where things get a little bit tricky, but let me walk you through it. So to tell you the truth, it doesn't matter which one of these you click on. It will all take you to this exact same page right here. Now, the only option within CloudSpot to sell albums is that you have now the ability to sell 6x6, 8x8, 10x10, and 12x12. So we'll go down to we'll just go to 8x8. Those are my most common albums here. And then we're going to see a price, right? So there's a markup button right here. We see the cost of the album. So the cost of a premium leather album starts at $60. We put in the markup, in this case 30%, so that's $18. And then here's the new price for the customer or your client to purchase this album. Now that's just a bare album, no spreads, so don't worry about that. When we get down here is where the price per spread, you can get a better idea, right? So in this case, if I wanted a premium leather album with only one spread, 2 pages, then that's going to cost me $88.40. Okay, so you can kind of do the math right there in your head. Not much room for profit for sure. So what I would like to see is the ability to go in and adjust these prices individually. Say premium leather is at a premium, right? So that should be at a higher price than just the traditional leathers, which it is. But I feel like leather is still above linen, but linen costs the same as premium leather. So there's just a weird, you just got to figure that out for yourself. You might have to make some changes to the way that you sell albums. But currently, there's no way to go in and individually change the price of each item here. You just have to do a bulk markup. And this is going to affect everything. So all of your 6x6s, your 8x8s, all of the options, 10x10s and 12x12s, you can't go in and individually adjust the price. You have to do a bulk markup. So let's just say in this case, we're going to do 200%. So if you want a leather album, it's going to start at $150 and then $18 per spread. So you put in 10 spreads, that's an additional $180. They can get an album for $230. That's not bad. In fact, I think that that's incredibly cheap for the quality of albums that come out of White House Custom Color. So there you go. There's how you price your albums right there. So once you do that, you hit save, and now once it saves, you are done. So let's go ahead and go back to our collection here. So this is our wedding collection. We have the full day, and then we have the wedding day highlights, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and build our gallery. I'm going to click this Galleries and Apps button right here at the top, and then I'm going to click Add Gallery. So from here, we got a few options that I'll walk you through. So if I am the photographer and I want to build this album for myself, then what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to click, I'm sorry, oops, wrong one. I'm going to just click a wedding day highlights. That's all that I want to see. I don't want to see the full wedding day gallery right now because I just want to build the album with the photos that I've already selected as the best and have the ability to tell the story. So all that I want to see is the wedding day highlights so that my timeline within the album builder isn't all crazy, right? So we'll call this wedding day album builder. It doesn't matter what the URL is. Don't display this in your portfolio because this is just for you personally. Cover, none of this matters. We'll go to sales and then we'll click we created a new wedding print collections, which has the ability to sell albums. I'm going to click on that. And let's see, I'll go to access. I'm not going to enable email capture because it's just me. And then click publish. So from there, I'm going to copy that link, right? We get the notification. We open up CloudSpot. I do paste, and then we get into the album itself. Now, here's one of the downsides that I see that are definitely on my wish list is that I wish that I had the ability to build an album for a client and then send that to them. But right now, the only option is here as of July of 2021. The only option is that you have to go into the gallery as if you are a viewer, as if you are the client, and then you create yourself the album. So let's go in here, right? So this is actually, let me take it back. Show you what I did. So these are all the wedding day highlights right here, right? These are all the 100 or so photos from the gallery that I got. Now, if you wanted to see the rest, then you would just continue to scroll down, and then here's where the full wedding day starts, right? So I'm going to go back up here. I'm going to click Shop Now, and then you just scroll down to Albums. Boom, Albums. For this, I'm going to build a premium leather album. So once we get into here, now you're going to have some options, right? So I'm going to say I want to build an 8x10 album, and I want the premium leather to be black, but you can choose navy, steel, fog, or white from here. And then, look, it already shows like some photos generated, which I think is a great touch and is going to help your client understand better like what it is that they're going to be receiving. And again, I think it looks beautiful. So we chose the size that we wanted. We chose the type of leather that we wanted. Now it's time to click Design Album. Now this is where it gets fun and interesting. So this takes us to the album builder. And this is the album builder itself. It looks pretty, easy to use, and it's very intuitive. We got some options here off to the side. If you wanted to, you could even change. Let's go back to, you can choose a Lennon if you wanted to. Cool, looks good. Okay, you know what? Changed my mind. We're gonna go forward with Lennon. So now you'll see up at the top, we got the option. We have 5 different spreads. Don't worry about that. We can actually add them, and I'm gonna show you how to do that. But let's go ahead and just get started with building the album itself. So I love to start with some establishing photos here. So it's as easy as taking the photos that you want and then just dragging it onto the spread. You just saw me do it. But let me go ahead and slow that down for you. This spread right here, it's perfect the way that it is. This is exactly how I would want to display it. Let's move on to the second display, or the second spread. Up at the top, you just click spread number 2 here. Now, let's say that like that last spread, I have a few photos that I want to show. We got mom getting ready with the bride. I want this photo. I want this photo, I want this photo, this photo, and this photo. You don't have to click any buttons on the keyboard. You just click whatever ones you want, and then that's it. If you decide, you know what, actually I don't want this photo, just click it, and then it unselects itself. So I'm going to click on just any of the photos and then drag it onto the spread itself, and then it just automatically builds a beautiful spread for us. Now, as we can see, like this photo is kind of messed up. These ones are kind of small. Maybe this isn't the photo that I would highlight here. So over off to the right hand side, we have the ability to change the layout. So let's try that one. This looks a little better. Maybe this one. Yeah, I like this one a lot. Nope, you know what? I'm going to choose this one. Yes, all right. So how can we adjust this? Let's see. So for this photo right here, we don't really get a good view of them. So just click on the pencil icon, and then you can adjust it any way that you want. So now that looks like a better composition, but I kind of want to zoom in a little bit because now the hands off to the side are kind of freaking me out. So I'll do this. Now they're looking at each other in the mirror. That looks good. The word bride is chopped off there, so I'm going to bring that down a bit. That looks good. Perfect. This album, or this spread, looks fantastic the way that it is. Let's move on to the next one here. All right. So we have some not getting ready, but first look photos. So we got this photo, this photo, this photo, this photo, this photo, and this photo. Okay. Now I'll drag all those here onto the spread. And as you can see, it only used 1 page, which is strange, but we got the option to change the layout here off to the side. This looks pretty good. Actually, yeah, this looks great, but I'm going to adjust some of these so that I can see a little bit more of him. He's pretty important. He was there that day too. Adjust this one. Nope, that look good. And then adjust this one right there. A little bit more headroom. Perfect. Let's just zoom in on this one just a tiny bit so that they're not so small in the frame. And, oh, actually, I'm going to swap these. So there you go. That's how easy it is, right? If you want this picture to be up here, you just click it, and then you drag it to where the other one is, and now it swaps. Again, super simple and easy to use. It is absolutely fantastic. Let's go on to spread number 4, and now it is time for him to get ready. So now I got some photos here. Adjusting his bow tie, looking at his watch, adjusting his watch, bring those up here as well. Let's go ahead and find something better. Yeah, this looks good right here. I'll go ahead and adjust that. Looks good. And then adjust this one as well. Maybe zoom in just a bit, and I like the way that it looks. But now we got a problem, right? Because now it goes from her getting ready to first look and then him getting ready? That doesn't make sense. So if you want to move this spread over, once again, super easy. You just click, drag off to the side, and now it is in the right order that you would want it. Fantastic. So now at this point, we can just go ahead and build the rest of the album, right? So I'll go on to this next spread, and this is where the ceremony starts. I'll get her walking down the aisle, him looking, and then we'll go with them both up here at the altar. Put this in here. I'm going to swap these two. Maybe right. Get the whole flower in there. That looks pretty good. Adjust this one. And then, yep, I like it. Time for the next spread. And as you'll see, it just goes straight to the end leaf over here. Oh no, how do we add another spread? Luckily, there's a very easy to use button right there. We just click add spread, and now we can continue building. I'm gonna take this photo, this photo. All right, so now our album is finished, and I think it looks great, if I do say so myself. So this is where you, as the photographer, have the opportunity to go ahead and finish the selection, right? So this is where either you can check out and buy the album that you have just built, or your client will check out and purchase the album that they built. So essentially, this is kind of where you get paid. So let's check this out. Up here at the top right, you got a button that says review, and then it also has the price of the album. So notice that actually if you add an additional spread, it will update the price of the album. So that makes it easy for your clients to know how much it is that they're spending before they just build a massive album. So if we click on InLeaf right here, you actually have the option for different page options, different thicknesses, different inserts, and things like that. So you as the photographer, this is where you get additional control to build the perfect album. If you want smooth black, the InLeaf, the different types of cardstock, and then that's it. So let's go ahead and click review. So this is what the album here itself looks like. Right now, I haven't figured out if there's a way to actually flip through here to make so that we can see what it would look like. Yeah, that would be a nice thing to do. So we also have one last option here for paper type. This is just a personal preference. And then down here at the bottom, it says check out. So I'm going to go ahead and click this check out button. And then this is going to take us, guess what, to our checkout page. So this is where it is going to show us all of the options as far as checking out and making a purchase. So we can see the album that we have here. It's a black linen album. It's an 8x8. There's 11 spreads. We want one album, and it's going to cost $444. Now, if you wanted to go back and continue to edit the album, you can do that by just clicking edit. Or if you wanted to see what it looked like, you just click preview right here. And then once again, you can preview the slides. Yep, or the spreads rather. They all look good, and I'm ready to check out. What did I tell you? Super easy to build an album within CloudSpot. So what's great is that this now gives you more flexibility to be able to either let your client build their own album, and as you can see, very easy to do. In fact, you can record, if you wanted to go this route, you could record a quick little video of you building a sample album and putting it into the gallery itself. so that clients can watch and see how they can build their own album, which of course would increase sales and their confidence to do it themselves. Or you can use the tool like I did today and build it as the photographer. You know how you would build an album and then get it printed and then ship it to the client. Here, you don't even have to have it shipped to you. You can just ship it directly to your client. And these are great things. So now let's get to my wish list, right? So because even though this is a great addition, and I think is just a true testament to CloudSpot's dedication to photographers and helping them earn more money and make it easier to just kind of run a business, keep everything all in one, there are a few things that I do wish that this had the ability to do. One is that I wish that as a photographer, I could build an album and then send the client a preview to that album so that they can see it and then decide whether or not they wanted it. It would be great if they could, from there, find a photo, say that there was a photo of Uncle Jim, maybe he had a few too many beers, they didn't like that photo and they wanted to switch it out for another photo, to then allow them to make that change, and then all that I would have to do is simply approve it and then send it on. The next thing on my wish list is that I wish that I could create duplicate albums. So at the checkout screen, there's no option to purchase multiple albums. Oftentimes with weddings, there's obviously the album for the couple and then 2 parent albums as well. I wish that I had the ability to just take care of all of that at once. Now, the last thing here is that I wish that I could, as I said, build the album, but then display it within the gallery for the client to look at in the same way that CloudSpot has just done an incredible job with being able to embed videos like Animoto slideshows, like I was mentioning earlier, into the gallery itself. Just make it a super seamless process for them to view it, make any changes that they want to, and then just simply hit approve and then check out from there, and then it's all done. If those things were into the system, I think that it would be fantastic. And in fact, it's already at a point right now to where I went ahead and canceled my subscription to Smart Albums because, well, while this is not perfect, it's perfect enough for me. It is perfect for what I need an album maker to do. I'm not doing crazy AI, auto-generated, built albums. I'm not doing all of this stuff. I just want to be able to go in, drag and drop some photos, rearrange them, crop and adjust, and that's pretty much it. The way that CloudSpot has built it and the integration that they have is perfect for me. So as I said, I went ahead and canceled my previous subscription, and I'm just going to go ahead and move forward doing this. I would love to hear your thoughts on this whole process because, if you're used to building albums, you know that it's not easy, it's not quick, and it is not free. So having this built in with CloudSpot kind of tackles all 3 of those things if you are already subscribed to CloudSpot. Now, if you want to get started with doing this, if you want to switch from whatever old client gallery system that you're currently using, or if you don't have one yet, then you can sign up for CloudSpot right now. And I'm going to put a link in the description below, but you can just head over to try.cloudspot.io/BPP for Beginner Photography Podcast and, see it for yourself in action. Build your first album, see how easy it is, and then move forward from there. And so again, that's try.cloudspot.io/beginner photography or BPP for Beginner Photography Podcast. And then the link is in the description. And there are some pretty sweet extras for you if you click that link just for you. So that is it today. I hope that you really enjoyed this overview of how to build albums within CloudSpot. If you got any questions, feel free to let me know. Post them in the comments. I'd be happy to respond. And that's it. Happy building, and I'll see you next time.